Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of New Wave of Traditional Heavy Metal Primer. Alongside, as always, my co-captain, Mr. Rich Catino. What's going on, my friend?
What's up? Morning. What's up, everybody?
Here we are once again. We took a couple month break. Summer was busy this year and
Right.
very fast, but here we are in almost fall, and we're ready to get back into talking metal. So Rich was just reminding me that this is our 10th episode on the
Yeah.
show. We've been doing the show for about a year and a half now, and
Yep.
our 10th episode. With the 10th episode, we're changing gears a little bit going forward. Instead of just randomly every episode giving you five new bands to go check out or five
Mhm.
bands in this style to check out. We've already covered a ton of them. We're
Right.
going to really focus on the new releases that are coming out in this style each and every episode. So it'll either be three or five, depending on what's coming out. We've got three for you here today. So if you're watching this and you haven't caught any of the previous episodes, please do go back and watch those because there's a lot of really great bands we've talked about and their albums.
Yeah.
But going forward, we're going to talk about mostly the new stuff, and we got three great ones here to talk about, I think.
Yeah. And they're pretty well known too, I would say, all
Yeah.
three bands, right?
And these are all three bands we've covered on previous episodes, but they all happen to have brand new albums out right around the same time. So
Right.
we'll start with our first one, which is a very cool band that we've both seen live. They're a blast to see live. They're a bunch of ladies who know how to crank out the metal.
Yep.
Burning Witches Inquisition is the album, and it's on Napalm Records. Just came out
Yep.
recently.
What a
Uh,
great artwork, right?
I mean, right, yeah, exactly. That just kind of like jumps right out. You look at the back. I mean, it's
Yeah.
I'll pull out the booklet here so you can. I'm sure there's a shot of the ladies here, and I'll tell you who is in the band here. They are.
We were both at the same show, right? The Starland.
Yep, they opened up for KK's Priest, which was
Yes.
loads of fun.
Yep.
And the band is, geez, hold
I
on.
think the same lineup, right? From the last album.
Yeah, it's the same lineup, so I don't have it written down, and and I'm gonna get the last names. Ah, Jesus,
You
they don't.
got Ramona.
So
Ramona.
Laura Guldeman is the singer.
Right.
Romana is one of the guitar players.
Courtney Cox.
Courtney Cox on guitars also. Jay and Layla are the rhythm section, bass and drums, and
Yep.
they look great. They sound great, and
Mhm.
they kick ass. What'd you think of this album?
They do. I like it a lot. I like it as much as the previous one. I think it might be slightly long. There's 12 songs.
Yeah, it's pretty long.
You
Yeah.
know, maybe trim it down to maybe 10. But other than that, it's pretty solid. The problem I think sometimes with some of these bands is given their style that they have, and a lot of them already established their style, there is a little sameness sometimes.
Yes. Yes.
So you could probably either do something a little different or take off a couple songs and maybe save them for another album, right?
Yep. Yep. I agree. Yeah, that is, I think, one of the weak things you can talk about when you're talking about this style of music. It's like most
Mhm.
of these albums, they follow a formula from start to finish. Some of
Right.
them, maybe even album to album, and they don't deviate all that much. It's so good though. What they do, what
Yeah.
these bands do is so good.
Right.
And I guess Rich, if we go back and look 40 years ago when you and I were first starting to listen to this type of music,
Right.
that probably was the case with a lot of the bands back then too, maybe. Or maybe we just didn't notice it as much back then. Or maybe it's just that these bands hone in on a style and that's what they do. And they don't, it's like we're not going to throw a
Yeah.
prog tune in here. We're not going to throw a doom track in here. We're just going to do this straight ahead metal type of thing. And that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. I think I noticed that if you go back and you listen to some of the new wave of British heavy metal bands, some of the ones that didn't become so successful, there's some of that sameness happening with some of those bands. But
Yeah.
like a Maiden, you know, um, who else? Like Maiden definitely were not repetitive, I would say.
Right.
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 That's why they became so big, especially those first three, four records, right? There was no sameness.
Right.
Even Def Leppard, the first two, there's some variety in there, right?
But
Um,
you look at Saxon, you could say
I would
Saxon,
say Saxon too. Yep.
they
Yeah. Yeah.
changed a bit, although you could say like maybe the second, third, and fourth albums are all kind of the same. And then
Yes, there is.
like Power and the Glory with the fifth and sixth album, Crusader and whatnot, all of a sudden
Right.
changes.
Crusader, Innocence is No Excuse,
Right.
Rock the Nations. Yeah, then they started mixing stuff up.
Yeah. So, but these bands do what they do really, really well.
Right. Yep.
I think, this band here, they they come from like a Judas Priest kind of bag. It's like a power. To me, when I listen to this band, I hear like Judas Priest, Primal Fear style, and I'm talking more modern Judas Priest, not classic
Yeah.
Priest.
Except,
Except it's like ferocious power metal. I
yeah,
think Laura's a great singer. I
right.
really like her voice. The guitars are shredding away.
Hmm.
I mean, there's some really, really good songs on here. I love Spell of the Skull, which has that kind of
I wrote that
traditional
down.
gallop, I think is really good.
But it's not as heavy. It's a little more.
It's melodic.
She has a rough tone,
Yeah,
but she does sing too, like on a song like what's the ballad? Release Me, right?
yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah, she really shows a lot of her sides on this album, I think.
Yeah. Yep.
I really love High Priestess of the Night. That's one of my
Hmm.
favorite tracks on here. It's
Yep.
kind of like a mid-pace, kind of like raise your fist in the air. Great riffs.
More of her singing voice again.
Yep, yep. You got some stuff that's like Fast and Furious, like Burn in Hell and In for the Kill. Those are, steamrolling, almost speed metal type things.
Soul
Murder
Eater,
is great. Um,
Soul Eater, right?
yeah, that's real excellent. Battle of
Aggressive.
the
You got that
Skull.
double. I like the double vocal too that is on there. The layer, the two.
Yeah, really, really well done. Soul Eats, kicks ass. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of really good tracks on here. I don't really think there's a bad song on this one. I said Soul Eats, Soul Eater. Yeah, some of my favorites are Spell of the Skull, and The Eye of the Storm is great, High Priestess of the Night, but there's not a bad track on here. And it's if you want fast and furious but very melodic, traditional sounding metal with, a bunch of cool chicks just ripping it up, that's what this is.
And there's some Doro in there too.
100%. I was going to mention that. I hate to
Yeah.
always kind of play that card when I talk about this band, but there
Yeah.
is a Doro thing going on here,
Yeah.
and that's okay, right?
Yeah.
Because
It's fine because when her voice, it's that aggressive, edgy sound tone that Doro has when she goes for that type of vocal too.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I would give, honestly, this might be one of my favorites from them.
They
All
have what, three
really
before
good.
this, if I'm correct?
Well, this is her, I think, fourth that she's on, and they have what the two others without her, I think, isn't this so like
Got the Dark Tower. How many records are there? Four now, if I'm correct?
I think there's five or six in total from them.
Maybe. Yeah, actually, you're right. I think I'm wrong.
I think this is her fourth, if I'm not mistaken, with the band. Maybe it's fifth. I don't know. Maybe they did one without her. I've lost track. I don't remember.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. It's like five or six.
Yeah. So, but this is really good. I mean,
Mhm.
all their albums are very good, and I think this, and maybe because it's the newest one, and I've just been listening to a lot, this is becoming one of my favorites. I don't know. What would you give this out of five?
Out of five, 3.5 or a four out of five, I would say.
I'm going like 4.25. I really like this a lot. It's really
Okay.
good.
I'm,
Good
I'm just looking them
production,
up real
sounds
quick.
great, package is great, and it's on Napalm Records, so they're on like a high profile label. So good
Right.
luck, ladies, with this. I think it'll do very well for you.
They were supposed to do a North American tour and then it got postponed to another time, correct?
Yes, right, because there was a lot of talk about it, and then just kind of like that was it for a while.
Right. And this is their sixth album.
It is six. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. The first one was Burning Witches 2017.
Yeah, that's pretty. You know what? Six albums in 8 years. That's pretty good. That's pretty
Yeah.
prolific. It's
Not as many as another band that we're going to talk
well,
about in a
and
few.
not as many as the next band, right? So, yeah,
Like 75 albums within 4 years.
so Haunt has been around like basically the same amount of time, if not
Yeah.
less. And this is
Yeah.
like what their 11th album or something. And they got all
Including
these EPs and just it's crazy.
EPs, you got the Chariot Volume 1 Best of. There's including everything with like the split stuff, this Fortress split that they have as well. There's one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. I mean, there's if you're including EPs and everything, there's 15 albums and compilations and splits. There's got a lot of stuff out.
There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah,
But the main guy behind this band is a guy named Trevor William Church, and he plays in a few other bands. But this
right.
is kind of like main thing. And again, Rich, sometimes that they don't even really say, but I think doesn't he record? He does most of the
Most of it.
instrumentation and vocals on
Yeah.
the albums, and then he takes a bunch of guys out on tour. So,
But on the new album, does it credit anybody other than him?
well, that's the thing. I was looking at this, and
Uh,
there's lyrics.
right. I'm on their Bandcamp page. I'm looking to see if there's any info there.
All right, well, he does list these guys on here, but
Right.
again, I don't know if they actually play on the album or not. So basically, it's Trevor William Church on vocals and guitar, Sam Harmon on bass and backing vocals,
Yeah.
Andy Salday on drums, and Joel Dominguez on guitars. But
Hmm.
I don't know. So it says recorded and produced by Trevor. So I don't know if these guys play on it or they're just in the live band. You really
Yeah.
don't really say.
Right.
Regardless.
Yes.
It's really good. It's
It
really
is. It is. These guys are one of the top three that I would say are the most melodic out of the
yeah,
whole new wave of traditional heavy metal, right?
yeah, exactly. I would agree with that 100%. And by the way, the album is called Ignite, and it's
Hmm.
on. He basically self-releases these, but they it's you
Right.
basically get a new Haunt album every like 8 months, it seems.
Almost.
And the quality is always great. They're always really good sounding. If you
Mhm.
like very, very melodic metal with
Right.
like big metallic crunchy riffs, screaming pinch harmonics,
Yeah.
blazing
Oh,
shredding solos.
I wrote that down. There's a lot of harmonics happening, a lot of these
Oh
songs,
yeah,
right?
all over the place. I mean,
But not like a Zach Wild kind of thing.
no,
It's
it's
more of
not
your
like that.
it's more of your 80s sound.
It's more your 80s sound, and I compare it more to like what Primal Fear does with the constant pinch harmonics. That's kind of it's almost got a Euro thing going on here, which I really like, but it's very
Yep.
like LA sounding too at the same time. Uh,
Yeah.
there's just like Extraordinary Life is awesome, and the vocal
Hmm.
harmonies are catchy. The riffs are huge.
On every song, there's little vocal harmonies, right?
Every song.
Yeah.
And what a great way to open the album. There's lots of twin guitar stuff going on here if you like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Eventide is really good. There's tons of pinch harmonics on that one. It's really
Yeah.
good. Uh,
Yeah.
Shattered Past is great. How about Early Grave,
I wrote that down. Yep.
which is just so memorable? Like blazing guitar solos. I really
Hmm.
like Lone Cold, Lonely Winter.
Yes.
Has a little bit of atmosphere, but it's very anthemic. It's got a very memorable chorus.
Right.
I don't know what other songs are hitting with you on this one. It's all really good.
It is. It's not too long either. It's 10 songs.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, most of their albums are pretty short for the most
And they
part.
have I forgot which song it is. There's a video track too. I don't know if it's not the same with that. It's got a very up tempo or Shattered Past. I got to look. But they do have a video song out there too.
Which they're really some of them.
Yeah.
What'd you
Yep.
think of the ballad? If I Said Goodnight, the last track, pretty good.
Yeah. Yep. These
Reminds me
guys
of Ghost
kind of remind me of like from this genre. They kind of remind me of Enforcer a little bit,
a little bit, yeah, a little bit.
right?
There's a little Ghost I hear on If I Said Goodnight. I don't know, maybe it's the vocal style or something like that. I don't know.
Okay. There's a video for Soaring Through the Ages.
Something to the
That's
okay.
and not the same.
So
There's
there's
two.
two. Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Yep.
I think if the only thing I could really say on the negative side about this album is
Yeah.
that I wish some of the songs were a little longer. It's like
Yes.
every song is 3.5 minutes long. That's it.
Right.
It's just
Yeah.
I want like some of these songs scream for like a little extended
A
like
little more.
something, right? But
None of them reach 4 minutes.
no, none of them. They're
Yeah.
all like right around exactly around the same. And you know, there are people out there who probably like them for that. You know,
Right.
very concise and stuff. But I just like there's a couple that like they're finishing up and you're like, I want a little more.
Yeah.
It's ultra high quality on here. I would easily give this 4.25 out of 5 easily.
Yeah. So would I. Now, how would you compare this to the last two? Because I really liked um what was the album? Golden Arm when they had that
Golden Arm is
single.
really
Remember the
good.
single Fight the Good Fight?
Yeah, yeah.
What a great song that is. So how would you like compare it to say Golden Arm? Because I like that the most so far, I think.
I mean, it's comparable, Rich. I guess maybe ask me in a month or two when I've had this a little longer because that
Mm.
last album is really good. And I
Yeah.
think the last album maybe has some of the songs are a little, maybe a little more catchy and commercial than this. I think
Yeah.
is going back a little bit towards more, not that there's isn't catchy stuff on here, but I think there was a little stab at getting a little more commercial in the last album in a good
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
And maybe this one dials that back just a tad and goes more for the ferocious kind of fast metal stuff. But this
Mhm.
is still really catchy stuff, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's
Check
very
it out.
melodic. Like I said, it's very melodic. They're very melodic.
Yeah.
Every record.
Yeah. Yeah, really
Yeah.
good. This is a really good band, folks, and they've retained a a real consistency across the catalog, considering how fast they're pumping out material.
Yeah.
Every album is high quality like this.
And when they came around and toured here a year or two ago, you didn't get to see them, right?
No, no.
They were on the East Coast with Satan and Night Demon. I saw them in New Jersey here.
Great tour. Yeah.
Yeah, what a great triple package that was. Yeah, that was they were great.
And this stuff related really well to the stage, I'm sure, right? It's
Yeah. Yep.
not
Yeah.
surprising. Not
Yeah.
surprising. So yeah, Ignite by Haunt, another winner in this set here. And then last one for today for this episode, it is called Chasing the Dragon, and that is the latest from Helms Deep.
Right.
Pretty
Which
cool artwork.
features somebody pretty famous on bass in their band.
Uh, actually, well, we've got yes, and on drums too. Well, the drummer's not famous, but he's very known to me. So
Right.
we've got on this album, we've got Alex Sciortino on
Right.
guitars and lead vocals, great player. We've got Ray DeTone on guitars, a guy named John Gallagher or
Yeah.
Gallagher, right, on bass
Right.
and backing vocals,
From
of course,
Raven.
from Raven.
Yep.
And then on drums and percussion, Hal Aponte from the great band Ice Age, progressive metal band. So kind of cool that they've got two known quantities in the band now, which you know, I was kind of surprised when I saw that. I was like, oh, I had no idea that was happening or happened, right? So pretty
Yeah,
cool.
we talked about these guys on which episode?
Oh, geez,
I have my list here. It's a while ago.
couldn't tell you. It was one of the earlier ones, yeah, for sure.
Yes. I can't find it. Oh, first one.
Oh, it was the first episode.
Yeah,
Okay.
we talked about Air Raid, Owlbear, which we both liked,
Yeah,
Helms Deep, Witch Hazel, and Gatekeeper, another good one.
yeah, all those bands are really good. Yeah.
Yeah,
So this is a
different than
little
the other two.
exactly a little bit different than the other two.
Yeah.
Different vocal style, different again. The band is really big into Judas Priest and Riot. I do
Yes.
hear a little bit of modern Riot, Riot
Hmm.
5, whatever you want to call them. Um,
Yep.
but it's a different vocal style, different arrangements. They do some longer songs at times and whatnot. There's a
Yeah.
little bit of Merciful Fate here at times,
Yep.
and a really good album. Really good album.
Yeah. This the singer too is he's got more of a screechy kind of scream tone happening, I think, right?
Yep, Alex. Yeah, he can do like a more kind of mid-rangey guttural type of thing to go
Yeah.
with the King Diamond thing when he wants to. And sometimes he does that
Right.
throughout the songs, which I think is pretty cool. And really on the first track, Sephiroth,
Farad, I think.
Sephiroth, he
Yeah.
does that. He does all these different vocal styles in that song. Really, really good.
Right. But I noticed that song with those twin guitar leads, it felt like old Saxon.
In spots, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, which is cool.
And
Yeah,
then
I definitely hear some old Saxon. I hear some of the like old school like guitar arrangements, the way the riffs are set up and way that the twin guitars. I do hear like early Merciful Fate, like the first two albums a little bit.
mhm.
I hear some Accept here, like Cursed, which reminds me of like old school Priest and Accept. Really, really good.
Yes, I wrote that down. Very old
Bass,
school,
crunchy.
straightforward, simple,
Yes.
catchy, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
But then they do the fast like speed metal thing, like Flight of the Harpy is like that's intense. That's like old
Yes.
school speed metal, really good.
Yeah. I even wrote down it's got that jam gallop double bass with the runs with the bass and the guitars towards the very end, right?
Yeah, yeah. Overall, I really like the production of this album. Like I
Yeah.
like Necessary Evil, which the riffs are so crushing, and I love the guitar tones on this album. I think the
Mhm.
guitars sound massive. I mean, everything sounds good, but
Yeah.
there's something about, man, when you hear those ultra crunchy guitars that just kind of take you back in time. And I think they really honed in on like an era of the early 80s, which I think works really well here. And
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Hal on the drums with his work with Ice Age. He's killing it on this album.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like him and John are on Red Planet, which is the and one of the
Yeah.
instrumentals.
Yep.
And the two the bass and the drums are just totally locked in on that. Really
Yeah,
good.
I wrote down the melodic ride out of it, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, they do
But
two
the beginning
instrumentals.
is go ahead.
I was gonna
What were
say
you
they
saying?
do two instrumentals on this album. They're both great.
Yeah.
This Wrath is kick ass. It's kind of prog metal, I would say.
Mhm.
You know?
Yep. Yeah. What did I write down? Title track is also faster and aggressive. It's that new wave of British heavy metal.
Yeah.
It sounds in the family I wrote down of like a cloven hoof or like an angel witch or
Yeah.
Satan, right? That type of a
Totally
Think
Satan.
that one?
I totally get Satan because it's
Yeah,
kind of like speed metal, but it's from that British era, right? The new wave of
yes,
British heavy metal. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I think this album overall is less American metal sounding than maybe.
yep,
Well, I mean, the Burning Witches has a Euro thing going on. I think the
does.
Haunt's got a good amount of American metal, but I think this definitely has a nice new wave of British heavy metal flavor, I think, in
Yep,
spots, which is really
yeah.
cool.
And I also wrote down Seventh Circle, which is a good straightforward headbanger too.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, Rich, maybe I'm wrong here, but I think this album has a little bit more variety than the other two. Not that
Hmm.
we're saying anything bad about the other two because they're amazing, but I
Yeah.
think if you want, you know, the Burning Witches and the Haunts, you kind of know what you're going to get. It's like start to finish, it's in a similar type style.
Yeah.
This is kind of like a little all over the place, but in a good way, I think.
Yeah, but there is still a consistency when you're listening to the whole
Yeah,
album, though.
yeah, for sure.
It's not like you listen to it and you're like, this song doesn't fit on the album. Everything
Right.
works well together, right?
Yes, yes. It's just there's some different tempos. There's some speedy songs. There's some slower songs. There's some
Right,
epic stuff. There's some real ultra crunchy stuff. There's a little
right.
bit of atmosphere in spots. You got two instrumentals, right? So it's a
Right.
nice blending of some different things. But yes, it is very consistently great. That's the
You
thing.
got two songs that are 6 minutes, like
Yep,
Praise of the Vampire,
yep, yep,
you know?
yep. That's a good one. I like that one. I forgot
Yeah,
about
I
that one.
wrote that one down too.
Yeah,
I wrote down it's got a very kind of Diano maiden clean guitar and bass part as well.
yeah. It's
You
just
notice that in that one?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's really old school sounding. It's really good. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. These guys are good. That's another one. Another one of these bands, like we keep saying in almost every episode, that should be on an opener for like Judas Priest and Alice Cooper, who are going to be here in a couple weeks. Something like that. One of these bands should be there.
Yeah, and not to go on a tangent, but not that I mind them bringing out Corrosion and Conformity because Corrosion and Conformity needs some rub too because you don't get to see
Yeah,
them often. But
yeah,
if you're gonna do a big package tour like this,
yeah.
let's just start it a little earlier and bring a band like this to open,
Yes,
and then Corrosion, then Cooper, and then Priest, right, or whatever.
yeah.
I mean, why not? I mean, would any of us opposed to being at a show at 6 o'clock in the evening? I don't think so.
No.
Why does everything have to start at 7 or 7:30, right? Dial
And
it
why
back.
does it always have to be the same old bands too? Though we need the new generation here. I mean, come on, this is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah. Either that or how about some of these promoters give some of these bands a chance and package them all on a bill together, right? And
Right?
you like, even if it's a club tour, right? I mean,
Yeah.
how cool would it be to see like, Haunt and Enforcer and Helms Deep all playing a show together or Burning Witches,
Well,
you know?
somebody's doing that on the West Coast right now. I think it's, if I'm right, Enforcer, Haunt, maybe Striker, and somebody else opening for Rhapsody. I think, that's
That's
great.
fantastic.
It's a good deal.
That's
Yep.
that's fantastic right there. Because Rhapsody are a well-known quantity, but they're not a huge band either,
Right.
right? So I mean
Right.
that's yeah. And I can applaud like like the Hell's Heroes Festival in Texas. I mean that's how
Yes.
right. You have some legendary bands, but not like the huge bands, but you have bands from the 80s that are still playing, and you throw a ton of these type of bands in there for a whole weekend of music. That's the way to do it. But
Right.
we need
Right.
more of those around the country. That's the
Oh
problem.
wait, I was wrong. Haunt is out with Hittin', which we like that
Oh,
band
well,
too.
yes, yes, exactly. Yep.
I think that's on the West Coast, but also what's happening is Striker, Witherfall, Enforcer, and Rhapsody. So I was partially right.
That's still a good show right there.
Yes. Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this a lot. I'm also going to give this about a 4 out of 5, at least, if not
Same
higher.
here.
To me, all of these are 4 out of 5s or higher. These are
Yeah.
really good, really, really good
And you
releases.
get great artwork too, right?
Great artwork on all of them. Good production
Yeah.
values. That always nice. Great playing, and more importantly, great songs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So there you have it, everybody. Haunt's new one is called Ignites. Burning Witches, Inquisition, and Chasing the Dragon by Helms Deep. These are your three new releases. We actually have some cool stuff that's coming out like shortly for our next episode. One of them is the I always forget the name of the band, something Steel.
Oh, I love that band, Steel Wing.
Yes, yes. So that
Yes.
I think that comes out in 3 weeks. So we'll have to
Let me
wait
see.
till after that comes out to do our next episode. So yeah, that's
Hold on. I'm looking at it right now. Wings of Steel. I'm sorry.
Wings of Steel. Yes.
Steel.
There's a
Too much.
lot of buzz for that band. A lot of.
Oh man, they are so good. Talk about a great singer. And dude, how are those guitarists? I mean, they're just those dudes are such great players. They're
Yeah.
shredding everywhere,
Molten guitar tones. Molten guitar tones. Yeah.
but it's so purposeful, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wings of Steel comes out. Hold on, I'm checking the date. I can't find the date.
It's
When
the
is it coming
second, I
out?
think it's the second or third week in October.
Is it?
That's
Okay.
what I thought. I thought it was the 12th. I could be off, but
I really want to see those guys.
yeah.
We should definitely talk about that album like as soon as it comes out.
Yep, that'll be in our next episode. So we'll have the new Wings of Steel and two others. There's tons of them. I mean, geez, all we got to look at is the High Roller Records roster. They're pumping stuff left and right. So that should be pretty easy to find two others over the next couple weeks. So
Who's putting the Wings of Steel out? Do you remember?
who's putting that out? Isn't that on? It's not on Napalm. I thought that was on Napalm.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I got an email from John Freeman on it the other day. So
Oh, you did? Okay.
yeah, so it's imminent. It's funny because I got whoever is handling it over in Europe. All again, not that anybody cares about this stuff. This is what we deal with as journalists, right? So I
Uh-huh.
got an email from I guess the label in Europe or the
Okay.
PR company in Europe, and they sent me the link to stream the Wings of Steel album like a week ago,
Okay.
and like literally like an hour after I got there, like, oh, we made a mistake. You weren't supposed to get that. You're in the U.S. You're supposed to get that from the PR company that's servicing it in the U.S. So please do not listen to the link that we sent you. Don't review it from that. Don't. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And then like literally like the next day I got the email from John Freeman with the same album and I'm like, okay, that's what they were talking about. I'm like, it's like what do you think I'm gonna do? Right? It's like what difference does it
Yeah.
make? So, so
So every time I'm looking up the record, I can't find
all
who
right.
it's coming out of. But if you go to their website, they have the information up there where you can order it.
Yeah. All right. Let me we might as well find it while we're talking so everybody
Right.
has an idea of when it's coming out.
Um,
Email.
but those guys are like high energy. It's like Gamma Ray meets like Vicious Rumors meets Crimson Glory, right?
Pretty much, yes. Pretty much. All right.
Awesome. Yeah.
So it is coming out October 17th on RFL Music Entertainment, whatever the
Okay.
hell. So yeah, so that's right around the corner. So what we'll do, folks, is our next episode will probably be shortly after that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're playing so they've done all these festivals. They've been playing here in the States. They played at the Whiskey recently. And so yeah, this band has a ton of buzz behind.
Yeah.
So and they've already released The Winds of Time,
Yeah.
which and again, it's like 10 minutes long, right? It's like it's not like it's a short song.
Yeah.
So
Great song.
yeah, so Wings of Steel and two other bands will be featured on our next episode. I'll as we get closer to the next episode, I'll announce what all three bands and
Yeah.
albums are. But yeah, so you can expect that. And Rich, what's going on otherwise outside of SOT for you? What have you been doing for Brave Words and Metal Asylum?
My latest review that went up there was the Halloween and that thrash band that we were talking about, Void.
Oh
I think
yeah,
the last episode we were talking about them.
yep,
So I know we haven't branched out into thrash, but maybe we could throw one or two in, because these guys are part of the new wave of metal anyway,
yes, yes,
right?
yep, that's
And
fine.
they're on a really good package tour right now. Voids with Dark Angel and Sacred Reich and
Yep, yep,
Hyrax, right?
yep, I saw that. Yep. Yeah,
Yeah. So
I would think we could throw like Thrash and Doom into this as well because it's all throwback to the original days of it. So yeah, for sure.
yeah. So those two, the two recent reviews I did, and like we were talking about before we started taping, I might go to Priest and Alice Cooper down at the Art Center, PNC Art Center here in Jersey, the end of the month.
Yep.
And then I got Tom Kiefer and LA Guns. They're going to be in New Jersey too, October 3rd, I think it is.
Okay.
So
Cool.
two shows coming up and two recent reviews over at Brave Words.
There you go. And speaking of Jersey, I will be at Michael Schenker Group at in Newton, New Jersey, along with Jared James Nichols
Right?
next Saturday. So a week from yesterday. So because this will be
Oh, also Symphony X, September 29th. They're going to be in Jersey too,
that's right. Yep.
in Red Bank.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have not decided yet if I'm going to that or not. I may have,
Yeah.
but you will see Rich Catino and Rich Pardo there because my brother just let me know he's going to that as well. I heard
Nice.
they finally listened to the fans and they're mixing up the set list a little bit.
A couple older songs, not enough for me, but there's I think two or three now. Only one from Odyssey though. I love that album. I
Yeah,
want
this
more
is
from
great.
that album too.
This is great. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was kind of I was kind of hoping for a completely different set, but
Yeah.
I originally heard that they were kind of basically playing the same show I've already seen a couple times. And
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not going to go. But then, like, I guess they played some shows recently, and they threw like three or four different tracks into the set list,
Hold
which
on, let me see. I'll look it up right now. I mean, if it was up to me, I would just get songs from the first four or five albums and I'd be happy. But they do favor Underworld and the last two. I kind of
well,
I
yeah, they're definitely not a band resting on their laurels of their old catalog, but and granted, I don't need anything off the first album, but
uh-huh.
it would be nice to hear stuff from album two, three, and four,
Yes.
five.
So you got one from the Divine Wings of Tragedy. You got one from Odyssey, one from Twilight and Olympus, Smoke and Mirrors, which they usually do.
Yeah, they usually do that.
One from the New Mythology Suite. You got Evolution, which is a great song, but I want a couple more from those records.
Yeah,
Sea of Lies, which they usually do. So yeah, I definitely need something different.
I think I've heard Sea of Lies played by them enough. I want to hear something different.
Yes.
I mean, not that I don't like Sea of Lies, but I'm just kind of like, all right, you
I know.
always play that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. All right, we'll see. All right. I may or may not be there, but I will definitely be at Michael Schenker this coming Saturday
Mhm.
at the Newton Theater in Newton, the Newton Theater, I don't even, whatever it's called. I've never been there before, so it's my first time going there.
Right.
So for folks that are going to Schenker on Saturday, I'll see you there. And if you're going to Priest and Alice Cooper down at PNC Arts Center, be on the lookout for Rich as well as Tom Kiefer. And we may or may not convince, and Symphony X, we may or may not convince Rich to go to Michael Schenker as well. We're working on
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
That's a
So
lot of shows within 3 weeks.
it's a lot of shows, right? I got Queensryche coming up on October 1st at Ridgefield Playhouse in Connecticut, so that's right around the corner as well.
Is
So
anything coming out? Anything else coming around on the East Coast besides that in October? I'm checking my
we got
calendar.
Queensryche and Accept coming around. What's that, November?
That's November 25th, 2 days before Thanksgiving.
Yep, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I've also got Dream Theater at Nassau Coliseum on October 25th, so that's coming up in October. I've got Richie Kotzen in early November in New York City.
Mhm.
And there's other stuff. So there's quite a lot popping up
And
there.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting here, dying for some Sabotage tour dates, right? We are dying over here.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. It's coming. I know. We're going to get it. I just want to hear the announcement.
Yeah, yeah. My guess is they'll either announce it right before the TSO tour or right
Right.
after,
Yeah. Yep.
because they
Yeah.
don't want to interfere with TSO anything, and I get that.
Right. Yeah, I agree. And I'm gonna go see them in New Jersey too. TSO. They'll be at in Newark. What's that called again?
Oh, the Prudential.
Prudential. Yeah, I'm gonna go see them this year. I try and go like every other year.
I haven't gone in a number of years. I should go again one of these years. I should. I'll think
I'm
about
kind of curious to see if they throw in Sabotage song. Maybe they won't since they're gonna be touring and they'll just
it.
do all their TSO stuff.
It's possible. We'll wait and
Yeah.
see.
Yep.
Cool. All right, everybody. There you have it. I will put the links to if these. I think these are all available on Bandcamp. I'll put some links below. Everybody can check these albums out. And if you do so, please let us know what you think of them. And we'll be back again in a couple of weeks for the next episode. And the feature CD will be the new Wings of Steel. So that's coming up. Our
Two other
next
bands.
and two other bands. Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as a post. And please do hit the like button before you leave. For Rich Catino, I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching us once again here on the new wave of traditional
Thanks,
heavy
man.
metal primer. It's not really a primer anymore. Maybe we should change
I
it.
know. You got to change
New
that
wave
out.
of traditional heavy metal, new releases. I don't know. I'll think about it. We'll figure it out. Yeah. So stay tuned for more, and we'll see you then. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.